Lowe's, Home Depot? No. Nicholas Raimondelli built this. So this is where we're gonna keep all our items for the kitchen. And then we have some space down here. We are going to, the stove top is going to be right here, and the counter, as you can see, the counter that we have is the same size as that one, so it's right here, this counter. And so when it goes on top, there's going to be about 25 inches of extra space, and that's where the refrigerator is going to go.
The glorious part, cutting this underlayment the right way is so sucky.
So I wanted to talk really quick about costs. Once we're completely done with the bus, I have a document that I'm working on that will list out the cost and for what. But until then, I just wanted to talk about the bus itself. So there's a lot of things to consider before you even buy a bus that I think it would be really helpful to talk about right now. One of the main things that you'll see people doing on a schoolie is a roof raise. We early on knew that we didn't really want to tackle all of that, so the other option is purchasing a city bus. So if you do want a higher roof, you can either do a roof raise, which is going to cost $4,000 up, and if you have someone do it, like you take it somewhere, it could run anywhere from like $8,000 to $10,000. Now, it just depends on where you want to put your money, because yes, that's expensive, but then if you go with the city bus, which typically has a higher roof already, city buses are more expensive than school buses. So it's just things like that to consider. There's not necessarily something that's better than the other. It's just what you yourself or you and your family are willing to or wanting to do. Also too, city bus price. Whenever I do present the document, once we're done, that has the list of prices, our bus it's not typical what we paid for our bus. So again, keep that in mind. When we were originally starting to look, not seriously, but we had the idea, we budgeted about $15,000 for the purchase of the bus because we wanted something that was a bit newer, that was in very good condition, because although Nick can work on cars, a city bus is something completely different. So we didn't want to have anything that would be run down or take a lot of work. And so once we kind of had the very quick transition from talking about it to actually doing it, we started looking, and because we lost our jobs, the budget that we had went way down. And somehow some way we ended up finding the bus that we got for $4,300. Again, not typical. So please keep that in mind. And I do recommend, and it's in great condition too. I would take some time to really search because our gym is not the only one out there. I'm more than positive there are other places that have really decent in shape buses for a really awesome price. So it's just a matter of looking. So for example, another huge cost difference from our build and typical builds in a school bus is insulation. We did not have to insulate the ceilings or the walls because they were already insulated because it's a transit bus and all of that was already done. So whenever we have the document, again, like I said, keep that in mind because there will be additional costs of you having to insulate the bus. Overall, the purchasing process and finding a bus is a lot easier for school buses. And for city buses, you're likely going to have to go to an auction type place. Whereas a school bus, I mean, shoot, when driving to the construction spot, we see like several lots on the way of the 45-minute drive that have school buses sitting in the grass. So it's not that hard to find them. Let me know if you have any questions and make sure to check out Monday's episode. I'm not really sure at this point what it will entail, but this episode was completely filmed by Nick, which is really hard because he's working and then trying to film. So I'm hoping that this weekend I'll be able to go out to the bus so I can get just, some more detailed shots of what the bus looks like right now because it is coming together. So wow, excited. So, and make sure to like and subscribe. Okay.